Hi friends, this is Sherry, and this is 1 year later. Started my weight loss journey 1 year ago, and I was 280 pounds. They told me I had 140 pounds of excess weight, and so that's a lot. That would have had me need to divide in half, basically, in order to not be considered overweight. I was morbidly obese. Well, with gastric bypass surgery, the results are typically you lose 65 to 80% of your excess weight, and so 65 to 80%. And I'm not where I want to be right now. However, I have lost almost 86% of my excess weight. My goal is to lose 100%. I want to get down to 140 pounds. When my body hits 140 pounds, I will be at a normal BMI. Right now, I'm considered overweight. So how much do I weigh? I'm at 160. So I have lost 120 pounds in the past 12 months. Now that doesn't, for you guys who have been following me, you know that that's not 10 pounds a month, because at the beginning you lose more. In here, for the past maybe 6 months, I've only been losing maybe 5 pounds or less a month, and so I've been having to work really hard to do that. But my goal is to weigh 140 pounds. I've got 20 pounds left. I have never known what it felt like to say, I only need to lose 20 pounds. Oh my God. It's always been so overwhelming, because I was thinking I had to lose over 100 pounds. You know, it's impossible. It's impossible. And now I see that it's not impossible. So let me update you on how my comorbidities have changed. I know these are in random order. I no longer snore, which is good because I sounded like a freight train. I no longer have knee and joint pain. I had really bad pain in my hips and in my knees, and it was just, I knew it was because of my weight, and I was embarrassed, and sometimes I couldn't walk right away after I sat down. My legs would lock up in the sitting position, and I would have to stand up and kind of jiggle around and wait for my leg to unlock before I could walk. So that's awesome. I no longer have high cholesterol, and so I don't have to take a pill for that. I think I was taking 2 pills for that, 2 different kinds of medicines. I don't know if I still have insulin resistance because I have PCOS. I'm assuming that's forever. I don't lose weight very fast or easily, so I'm assuming I do. Speaking of PCOS, for those of you who are curious, I am functioning normally, and we will leave it at that. I no longer have asthma. Can you get cured from asthma, or does it just go away and could spring up? I don't know. I was sucking on an inhaler all the time, and now, since actually right after surgery, I haven't needed an inhaler. I don't sweat like a pig anymore. I like to get out and do things instead of be depressed in the house and ashamed to leave. And I had debilitating depression. I just didn't like to leave unless I had to. I hated even going to work, and I cried all the time. So anyway, things are looking up. The successes that I have experienced in the past year, I just wrote down a few. The list could go on and on and on and on, as you know, but these are some of the things that kind of stood out when I was making my notes. First and foremost, I'm not on any medicines, except for I do take 2 happy pills, and I do take my vitamins. I take bariatric fusion vitamins 4 times a day. So I take one at breakfast, lunch, dinner, and before bedtime. Okay, my successes. I did the Couch to 5K all 9 weeks and finished it. That was a huge success for me. I ran in 2 official 5K races this year. My feelings about my body are so different. I don't feel like everyone's staring at me. I don't feel ashamed to even walk to my car. I don't feel like I need to run and hide if I'm in the public. I feel like no one even notices me. I feel what we all have wanted to be, normal. It's just strange. I don't feel like, I mean, I don't even know how to put it into words. That's the #1 thing. And in all honesty, depression was my biggest reason for having the surgery. Because I was just so, I had such self-loathing and self-hate. Go check out the video if you haven't seen it, called Diary of a Fat Girl. That was me talking, that was a letter I had written before my surgery. So I am so glad I'm not that person anymore. My lifestyle has totally changed. I don't even crave a lot of the foods I used to crave. I don't really enjoy eating out per se like I used to. I mean, it's kind of disappointing actually. I'll eat a few bites and then I'm like, God, I'm full. This is no fun. You know, so that's changed, and what I eat has changed, and what my body actually craves has changed. And so I don't crave cake. I don't even think about cake. I haven't had donuts, you know, that kind of thing. And I have had some unhealthy food, don't get me wrong. I mean, I have had chips. I have had chocolate. Chocolate I have not given up. But I don't eat nowhere near what I used to eat. Just a couple of pieces here and there. Another thing is I can feel my bones. It's weird. I've never felt my bones before. And when I lay on my side, because I sleep on my side, it's getting uncomfortable because I can feel my knees knocking together and it hurts. And if I sit on my hand, I can feel my butt bone. When I'm sitting on something without a cushion, I can feel my butt bone. Or not my butt bone, well, part of my butt bone, but mainly like my hip. Not my hip. The top of my femurs, I guess you could say. Oh, and I can feel my hip bones, and that's cool. It's weird. But don't get me wrong, I mean, it's not like I'm wanting to be anorexic or anything like that, and I don't want bones jutting out. It's just a really odd feeling because I've never felt it before. And let me remind you, I am still 20 pounds overweight. So, my hubby picked me up like a baby and would throw me in the air like a baby. Oh my God, no one's ever been able to pick me up. Last year I was going to paint my daughter's rooms. Yeah, and it didn't work out. Hang on, let me check the time. This is going to have to be a 2-parter.